What if I told you there was a moment in history when the veil between heaven and earth was pulled back, just for a second, and three ordinary fishermen saw reality as it really is? You see, there's a story of a man who inherited a house from his father. The house looked old, peeling paint, cracked windows, warped floors. He assumed it was beyond saving. For years, he lived in just one dim room, never exploring the rest. And one day, during renovations, a contractor knocked down a false wall and discovered something pretty stunning. Behind the decay was marble, stained glass, and intricate architecture, beauty hidden beneath the neglect. The house wasn't ruined, it was veiled. You see, that's the transfiguration. Random fact for you, mountaintops are one of the most common places in Scripture where God reveals himself. Sinai, Carmel, Zion. Mountains are where heaven and earth seem to meet. And this Sunday, we're climbing one. Let's dive into the transfiguration. The gospel tells us that Jesus takes three disciples up a high mountain, Peter, James, and John. Luke 9:28-36 tells us this. Now, about 8 days after these sayings, he took with him Peter and James and John and went up the mountain to pray. And as he was praying, the appearance of his face was altered, and his clothing became dazzling white. And behold, two men were talking with him, Moses and Elijah, who appeared in glory and spoke of his departure, which he was to accomplish at Jerusalem. And a cloud came and overshadowed them, and they were afraid as they entered the cloud. And a voice came out of the cloud saying, "This is my son, my chosen, listen to him." Let's slow down. First, as he was praying, the appearance of his face was altered. The Greek word used in Matthew's account, metamorphothe, this is where we get the word metamorphosis. You see, this isn't Jesus just becoming something he wasn't. This is Jesus revealing what he always was. The transfiguration is not Jesus just leveling up. It is the glory of his divinity shining through his humanity, like the sun breaking through the clouds, not becoming brighter, but becoming visible. And who appears with him? Moses and Elijah. Moses represents the law. Elijah represents the prophets. In other words, the entire Old Covenant. Luke tells us they spoke of his departure, which he was to accomplish at Jerusalem. And the Greek word for departure is exodos. Exodus. Jesus is about to lead humanity out of slavery to sin through the new Exodus. You see, the Catechism of the Catholic Church in paragraph 554 says, the transfiguration gives us a foretaste of Christ's glorious coming, and it prepares the disciples for the scandal of the cross. You see, that's huge because right before this event, Jesus predicts his passion. The disciples are confused. The Messiah wasn't supposed to suffer, so what does Jesus do? He takes them up the mountain and shows them who he really is, so that when they see him crucified, they don't lose hope. You see, it's like a coach showing the team the championship trophy before the brutal season begins, not to skip the hard work, but to anchor their hope. The glory doesn't cancel the suffering. It contextualizes it.